Hello friends, this is Prakhar Mittal. Welcome to my channel, Confessions of Prakhar Mittal. So I'm starting this series and this will be covering a lot of topics, and my first topic of the series is campus placements. And I'm going to talk about my experience, what I faced when I was in engineering college and I was going through different placement campus interviews and the complete process. So I'll be covering the whole process. I'll be telling you my experience also, and I'll be taking real time examples and also from my colleagues, my friends, what they have gone through. So I will try to keep it concise and very crisp and short. So without wasting time, let's get started and let me cover the very first topic, like how the campus placement interviews are broken into different pieces. So most of the time, this is first thing is like always after the once you are once you clear your criteria, which can be anything. Like sometimes company have different criteria. Some companies go for throughout 50%, throughout 60%, throughout 75%, and no education yet and whatnot. But once you're clear, once you're eligible to sit into a campus interview, most of the companies have it breaking down. The very first is written, right, which is aptitude test, nothing else but aptitude test. And you might be seeing in the screen itself, like I have tried to capture all these high level points, like what is the tip, what is do's, what is don'ts also. So I will talk about the complete process. So in the written test, this is normally 30 minutes to 1 hour exam, in which you will be seeing logical reasoning, verbal ability, and mathematical questions. So I would say always prepare well in advance. Once you enter in the engineering college, you should work on your aptitude test. This is not only important for the campus placement, but also it will be helping you in other examinations, like people who are preparing for MBA, people who are preparing for other examinations. You can also take advantage of this piece, which is aptitude test. We had almost like 400 plus students sitting for written examination, out of which they selected only 80 people. Okay, so 80 students were selected out of that examination, and you can see this is the ratio how they actually break it down. So you see 400 plus people sitting for written examination, only 80 plus people got selected through that. So again, as I told you, and you can also focus in the end of my this video also, you will see all these lists whichever I have captured a couple of notes which I'll be sharing in this, or maybe you can see in the screen below, right? So once you're done with your aptitude test, you have to go for the next round. Most of the companies have it like they call it group discussion. So what happens, depending upon the panel, depending upon the situation, sometimes they take it as a group discussion, sometimes they take it as extempore. So I will talk about what they are, what is the difference between all these two exams, and how and what you should do, right? So first is group discussion. So group discussion is nothing but where they ask you to come into a group where they give one topic and you all are supposed to talk and discuss among you, right? So the key point is you should not shout, you should not fight, you should not argue. The only thing is what they are looking for in you is, are you able to speak up? Are you able to talk through your point, yes or no? Are you a good listener? Are you just talking your points or not listening what is the next person sitting next to you is saying, right? So you have to be very mindful. You have to talk about it. You have to listen what the other person is saying, and always put forward your point as well. Don't shy. They are not judging you. This is nothing going to be like you are going to fail this exam. It's not about failing and passing, right? It's just they're judging your communication skill. They just want to see. It's not about, again, not good English, just how efficiently, how positively you convey your points. That's the thing which they are looking for. Okay. Now, when I was given a chance. So in my group and my panel, they asked first, like, what do you want to do as a group? Out of like 10 people, 7 or 8 said group discussion, because all of them were prepared, and rest of 2 people, we were like indifferent. You take extempore, you take group discussion, we were okay. And then suddenly they said, okay, so extempore it is. So what extempore is, the only difference in extempore and GD is, in GD they give one topic and all of you have to discuss and start debating, or maybe put forward your points. While in the extempore, everyone individually will be given one point, and you are given 10 seconds, sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes 1 minute to think through it and start talking about it for 1 minute and maybe 2 minutes, right? So in extempore, you are again given one topic individually and you have to put forward your topic, right? So pro tip is, again, whenever either you're giving group discussion or giving extempore, do not just start talking, okay? Structure your thought, convey your points, be positive about it. Don't shy, and don't think that you are going to talk something wrong or something right. There is nothing wrong, nothing right. It's just how well, how composed, how structured your thought are, and how you are conveying them. All right. So this is how it was. And when I was given a topic, I was given a topic about the favorite movie. And luckily, 2 days back, before I went through this campus placement, I watched a movie which was Tare Zameen Par, and where I picked all my ideas, all my story from this movie, and I said, like, every child is special, so am I, and I'm going to talk about how am I special and what I'm looking for. And I conveyed that yes, I'm a very good student, I'm a laborious, I'm learning, and at the same time, I'm looking for a right, surroundings, right environment, or maybe a right teacher for myself. And this is what because I picked this story, I just conveyed it, and I just translated whatever I saw in the movie, I conveyed it to them. And luckily, I got selected. You see, the first round was 400 plus, second round we were like 80 plus, and the last round, which was personal interview, sometimes they break it down into two, which is first technical and then HR, and sometimes they club it together, take it in one go. And again, so written was 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Most of the time it's 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. Group discussion or extempore, either of them is not more than 10 to 15 minutes at max, depending upon how big the group is. So our group was consisting of 10 people, 10 students in one group. So it took like almost like 15 minutes for us to complete that round. And after that, the last and final round was for us personal interview round, which was very interesting. And again, tips are there, you can see in the screen itself, right? What are the tips which I have captured, and I will be sharing it in my videos. You can go to my video description, I will be sharing everything, also posting my slides there so that you can read it and you can use it in your interviews. So personal interviews, first of all, you should never be bugged upon what will happen, what will not be happening. You should go with a very cool and composed mind, and how you gain the confidence, how well dressed you are, how well groomed you are. Not like me right now, right? So you should be well groomed. As a student, they expect you to be well groomed, well dressed, wearing iron shirt. Even if you are having a blazer, it should be iron, not like this, right? This is very not looking that good, but you should be in a very good way of composers, and your dress code and everything should be very good, okay? And make sure you see yourself how you're looking, and whatever you wear. This is one suggestion which I would love to give every one of you. Whenever you wear something, try walking into that dress, try sitting into that dress, like just dress up and just try to sit next to a table or a chair. Just see how you are feeling comfortable, right? You should not be like you're sitting and then your shirt is bulging up, your collars are not properly, and you're sitting, you're not comfortable. Comfort is very much required when you're giving a personal interview round, right? Alright, so personal interviews, mostly what happens, they are very specific questions which most of the companies ask. This is like, first they ask about, tell me something about yourself, and they ask these are random questions. You can always Google like what are the questions they normally ask. But I would like to tell my experience, what happened in my interview, right? So they asked me first, as they were asking to everyone, tell me something about yourself. Again, this is the question where they are not asking you to tell your family, relatives and whatnot, right? Not your place and something. This is the question where they are giving you a chance to explain yourself. Let them know what you want to talk about, what you want to tell them, right? And keep it very crisp, very simple. And always follow a chronology. Don't just start from 12th and then jump to 10th and then come back to engineering. Always have a structure. Again, focus on this particular point, right? Structure is very much important. Either you're talking in a GD or in extempore or in a personal interview. Either it is technical or HR. You have to follow your structure. So structure your answer, do it and give it in chronology, and keep it very simple, very crisp and very short, okay? The next question which they asked me about, again, they ask this question very often, right? So you have to focus on this and you have to prepare on that. What is your weakness and what is your strength? So prepare on that. I am not saying just say something very funny or say something very negative about yourself, something very positive. Try to keep it real, try to keep it practical, and then talk about it. So that because whenever they ask you a question, if you give them a loose end, they will ask you follow-up question, and that is where you go into that vicious cycle. You're not able to support yourself. If you're lying something, you will get stuck, you will get caught on for sure, 100%. So be focused. Don't try to tell something which is not real. Keep it very close to reality and then answer. And then you can see the confidence also in itself from within you, it will come out, right? And people will be able to see that. Now, when they asked me about my weaknesses and strengths, I talked about my positivity, how jovial mood I was, how funny I am, and how good I am for a teamwork and whatnot, which I learned somehow from my friends. But when it came to my weakness, I got stuck and said, English is my weakness, and that is how my complete interview got turned around. I will talk about it in a bit, but again, let me just close this complete process, right, so that I can talk about my experience also quickly. So, interview again, prepare on your resume, prepare on your CV, whatever you are showing, you must be having a CV submitted to them. Make sure that you are writing everything very correctly, and whatever you are saying and whatever is written in the CV is matching. It should not be like something you just copy pasted and you don't know what you copy pasted, right? I know most of the engineering college students do that, and it's quite okay to copy paste. The only thing is, when you're copying, you should know what you're copying. It should not be like at the last minute you are making a resume and copying from 3 other students, and then you don't know what they have written. They might be written something very specific to themselves. So just read what you have written in the CV and prepare accordingly. Answer so that everything, whatever you are saying in the CV is matching. Because for them, they don't know anything about you, right? The only thing which they have is your curriculum vitae, your resume, which is they are going to read, and based on which they are going to ask a question. Okay, so prepare that, and there is nothing to worry about. Just be confident, well dressed, well groomed, and then half the battle won, right? If you are going with a positive attitude, positive.
All right. After that, they asked me about my weaknesses.
The weakness, and I said English is my weakness, and that is where they just, okay, hold on. You said English is a weakness. Why? Why is English a weakness? So I had to tell them, like, I cannot answer this in English, but if you give me an opportunity, I can tell you what is the problem with the English, right? And then I explained them, okay, English is not something which I can't speak. It's just I don't want to speak. I'm like someone who is believing in my own language. I would rather prefer people talking in Hindi. And then they suddenly asked, like, oh, you're talking like a nationalist. I said, no, it's not about being nationalist or something. I just prefer talking Hindi. I feel more comfortable. And I think most of the people, when I entered in engineering college in my first year, for me, rather than focusing on the subject like physics, mechanical engineering and whatnot, I was more focusing on English, because I come from a UP board, right? And I was learning till my 12th, I was learning everything in Hindi. For me, I never knew what is bipolar. For me, it was Didhru. So that is the difference you see, right? That's what I wanted to, I tried to convey to them, that this is not the problem which I am looking for. And last but not the least, like, it's a very typical question which people see and ask you, right? Where do you see yourself after 5 years and whatnot? They asked me, and I said, okay, if I get selected, that's where I made another mistake. I said, if I get selected, instead of just saying like, okay, I'll be a senior software engineer, or I'll be a lead or something. I said, if I get selected, right? That is something which you should not do. So again, when I gave them again, I told you, right? If you give them a loose ball, they will hit it, right? I give them a loose ball saying like, if I got selected, and they asked me, what if you don't get selected? What will happen next? And here come my very nice question, because I feel like that was a very good answer for me. As a third year engineering student, right now, if someone asks me something about me not getting selected, I might not have that good answer, right? So what I said is, okay, if I don't get selected, I may get sad, I'll go back to room, I will cry, whatnot. But the morning when I wake up, I'll wake up with more positive attitude. I'll try to give my another extra effort, so that next time I don't get defeated. I get selected in my very next company. So this is about it, friends, and I hope this will help you. I would be very happy if you have any specific question, if you feel any doubt what we should do in GD, you have a specific question, you have done some GDs, you have done some extempore, you have done some written test, you are facing some problems, please write down your comments and all the question in the comments below, right? And let me know. I'll try to answer as much as I can. And going forward, I'll try to make more videos on these topics which I have been through in different journeys, and hopefully that helped you guys. All right, thank you guys. Have a good day and enjoy.